Alright, let's jump right into this, because if you clicked on this video, you're probably here to change the oil on your Bronco. So, here you go. You're going to need 7 quarts. So I just bought 2 5-quart bottles. So you'll have leftovers, save it for the next time. But 5W30, Motocraft oil filter. Here's your part number if you want it. You can use Motocraft if you can find it. Couldn't find it, so we're using Mobile One Advanced Synthetic 5W30. Let me show you how to take off the skid plate. So hopping underneath a Sasquatch package, you're gonna have the skid plate. So you will have to remove this. You can remove this rear one, this rear bolt, that guy, and then this guy. And you should be able to kind of just pull this back and it will slide out, because you need to get to that yellow drain plug. So let's take these out. So before I show you this trade secret, now would be a good time for you to subscribe to my videos and like this one, because it helps me out. So let's hop back into this. You don't have to remove the 2 front ones, you can just loosen them, because it just slides into those bolts. So save you some time. Don't take those ones all the way out, you can leave them in. There you go. Here's a little yellow drain bolt that we need to take out. If you can fit a 5-gallon or a 2-gallon bucket underneath your Bronco, I highly advise it, because whenever you pull this out, it's going to shoot like all the way towards the tires. So proceed with caution. Make sure you have your drip pan set pretty far back, because this is going to come out with some force. Got my drip pan positioned to where I think we're going to go. It's a good idea to have paper towels on hand for when you miss the bucket you put under here. But now you can take this off, and if you don't have vice grips for fingers, I would grab pliers, because this is not easy to take out. Alright, it's turning. Alright. Well, in case you're curious, that's what it looks like. Just so you know. This will make it drain a lot faster if you take the fill cap out and set that to the side. They'll just let air in, so it's not like what is it, essentially like vapor locking, causing like a vacuum effect. So just take it off, helps it drain a little faster. Next step, this right here is your oil filter. It's a 1 1/16 drive, so we can go ahead and crank this thing off. Alright, so before you go asking why is this one different from this one, I asked Ford, and the only reason that this looks different than this one is because apparently they had a surplus of these when they built them in the factory, and this is the one that's supposed to replace this one. So it's the same filter. This one just has these little rubber bushings on the end. This one doesn't. You're still going to get all your brand new seals for this one, or these 2 big ones at the bottom and the little one at the top. Just so you believe me, here you go. And that does come in the Motocraft filter. I can't speak for any other oil filters because I haven't looked at them, but just buy the Motocraft one. You'll be good to go. So grab like a scribe or something and pull these off, put your new ones on, and lube them up with some oil before you put it back in. So I can't find my scribe or my pick, so handy dandy flathead screwdriver. And go ahead and grab this little guy, pull it off like so, and then we're gonna get into these big ones a little bit easier. Bam, dig underneath, pull it up. There you go. And then it has like red residue from the original O-rings, so I'll just go ahead and wipe that off, and you can put your new ones on. Alright, so now we're lubing up our O-rings. There we go. Got some new oil on it. We'll take our little oil filter cap, slide this over, Work it down over the threads. All the way to the bottom one. There we go. And lube up our next one. All I do is grab some oil. I poured it on a rag in this case, but you can pour it in like a little dish tray and you just kind of roll it through there and make sure you get the ring real good. Put your second one on. Slide it down. Big thing here, you just want to make sure it's recessed into the two grooves all the way across and it's not like hanging out. And then grab our new little black one for the top. Here you go. It's going to go here on the tip. This one's going to be a pain in the ass, but it'll fit. Might have to stretch this one out a little bit. Hold on. Grab the screwdriver. Don't launch it like that. It's a pain in the ass. Up and over. There you go, look. Don't watch me do this. This is terrible. I had to turn off the camera because I'll be looking like a goober out here trying to show you guys how to put on O-rings. But there you go. I got it. Pretty much just put it into the groove, grab the screwdriver through one side and just work it over to the other side. So there we go. Now this thing is still draining for 7 minutes now. It's still leaking, so let your oil drain all the way. I guess we can put the oil filter in and we'll see if we're still draining. So now we take our paper filter. I'm going to install it with the writing facing up. So we'll slide it down over the little ring at the bottom. Snaps in there like so. Let me show you. There you go. Snaps in. And then we're going to go grab our cap that we just put all our new seals on. Here's the cap. It's going to go through the top. Make sure you don't leak oil all over your engine like I just did. Jeez, I suck at this. There you go. And spin that down. This is where having your ratchet's going to be good. Tighten that down. There you go. And once you get flush, choke up on the wrench for the love of God. Do not crank it all the way over here. Just needs to be snug. There you go. After waiting for 30 minutes, we're at drips. So I'm just gonna put it back in now because I'm tired of waiting and my wife has to go somewhere. I'm tired of getting yelled at, man. So there you go. Drain plug is installed. Now we can get this oil out of our way and put our skid plate back on. So here's what I was talking about before. You got the little pieces at the front with the slide-in tabs. So you can just slide them on the upper side of the front skid plate and then you can tighten down that bolt again. Now we got our drain plug installed and our filter because I can't aim that good. We're gonna dump a whole big ass jug in here because it takes 7 and this is 5. So this is why you buy the big ones, because if you buy 7 little ones, you'll be here forever. Look how fast I'm gonna get 5. For the love of God, please make sure you have your drain plug in. Well, bam, we're done. Get all this out. Next. For those of you that don't know, you will have these little hash marks on the very bottom. It'll tell you liters and quarts. This takes 7 quarts in a 2.7 liter. So this is your top one, or not the top one. This is your 4th one. Where the line is here is your top one. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we're gonna mark, we just put 5 in, so we're gonna go 6 and 7. So this is the line we need to get to our 7 quarts. We'll probably leave it right in the middle, right here, and we'll see how full the engine is. So on a level-ish surface, we should be at about 6.5 quarts. So the only reason I do it this way is because I stopped it before it was completely drained because I'm in a rush and my wife needs to go somewhere. So it could potentially have like a little bit of the old oil in there, but it's not gonna hurt it if you're just like half a quart low. Just start it, let it run, let it sit for a second, drain back down into the pan, and then pull the dipstick out, wipe it off, put it back in, check it, see where you're at, and then you can always add more. Cool, we got our fill plug back on. Let's go ahead and we'll start it for a second, let it run, and then we'll turn it off and see where we're at. Should be good. Now you let it sit for a second, and then you can pull the dipstick out, wipe it off, and we'll check it. And trust me, you don't want to be the guy that overfills it, because a wise man once told me, i.e. my dad, you would rather underfill it and add a little bit than add too much and have to drain some, because then you gotta go back through, undo all that garbage, drain it a little bit, which with that drain plug isn't going to happen because you'll try to like tweak it out and it's just going to freaking fly out. So make sure you don't overfill it. Just saying. All right, it's been about 5 minutes, so we'll take this yellow dipstick out over here on the driver's side, and we'll wipe it off. Ooh, with our towel. There we go. Put it back in. I'm too short. Sucks because we lifted this thing. Found it. Come on, heifer. There we go. Get her in there all the way. Pull back out. Let's see where we're at. I'd say we're full. Let's see. All right, I brought you guys over to this side so I can show you the dipstick. So we'll put this all the way back in, pull back out without scraping it on anything. And we are, let's see if I can show you. I don't know if you can see the little braid on there, but or like right at the full mark. So should be good to go. And this is why I didn't put a full 7 in there. There you have it, guys. That's how you change the oil on a 2022 Ford Bronco. This is the black diamond version. It should be the same for all the other ones. You may or may not have a skid plate if you don't have the Sasquatch or like the Wild Track or anything above that. But if you don't have the skid plate, it's just easier for you. If you do have the skid plate, remember you just take off the 2 rear ones, loosen the front ones, and you can just slide it out. And then you are gonna need 7 quarts for a 2.7, and don't put 7 quarts in. I'd do like 6.5 and then check it because you don't want to overfill it. So I mean, that's what we did. I did 6.5 and it's perfect. So thanks for watching, guys. Again, like, subscribe to the videos. I would appreciate it. Helps out the channel, helps me grow. And thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.